Last week, we learned that a mission is a settlement where religion is taught. In Texas, the Spanish set up these missions to convert the Native Americans to their religion. Native Americans lived and worked in these missions and were given food, shelter, and protection from other Native American tribes. Let's look at some Spanish missions that are still standing in Texas today. Here we have Mission San Antonio de Valero. This mission, built in San Antonio, is still standing today. We know it as the Alamo. This is Mission Isleta. This mission was built in El Paso. Today, only the church is still standing. This is Mission Concepcion, built in San Antonio. This is the chapel of Mission Espada. This is Mission San Juan Capistrano.
In the late 1600s and throughout the 1700s, Catholic missionaries from Spain came to the Americas in an attempt to convert Native Americans to Christianity. Among these missionaries was Father Junipero Serra, a Franciscan monk who traveled to Mexico City in 1749. Father Serra began his missionary work with the Sierra Gorda Indians. Soon, he was made head of the Spanish missions in Baja California, and finally, the Spanish governor asked him to start missions in Alta California. Father Serra personally built 8 missions in California and supervised the start of many more from San Diego to San Francisco. Each of these missions had a church, a school, storerooms, workshops, and houses. All these buildings were built around a courtyard or patio located in the center. Outside the mission were gardens, orchards, and pastures. While some American Indians joined the missions of their own accord, other times the Spanish missionaries would bribe the Native Americans into joining. Though the Native American converts were a boon to the Catholic Church, they also represented a loss to the American Indian culture and way of life. Many missions still stand today as a testament to the hard work and faith of the Spanish missionaries.
Today, your task is to create your own mission. You will have the opportunity to use your knowledge of the Spanish missions to create your own mission. First, let's look at our project directions. Step 1. You will need to create a rough draft of your mission in your social studies journals. You are used to creating rough drafts when you do your writing with Ms. Hanson. But for this project, I need you to create a rough draft in your journal. This will help make sure that you have all of the items that you want, and it will help you kind of sketch out your plan so that when you create your final copy, it'll be nice and neat. So think of this as your messy copy of your mission. Be sure that you have included all of these items, and they must be labeled. You need walls, a church, a school, workshops, an area for crops, animals, and a water source. Step 2. Once you have your rough draft of your mission created, you need to create a final copy of your mission. Make sure it is neatly labeled and colored. You can complete this final copy on a piece of construction paper, white copy paper, or any app on your iPad that allows you to draw. When you have completed your mission, you will need to submit it into this assignment. Let's look at some Spanish missions so we can get a better idea of how they were designed. This mission is the Alamo, or San Antonio de Valero. You can see the walls around the outside of the mission. There's a chapel on the right side. They have a hospital, there's a well, and we can see the rivers that are flowing around the Alamo. This is an example of the Espada mission. In here you can see that there are walls around the outside of the mission. There is a church, there's a gate. We have an irrigation ditch right there next to the river on the top left. They have homes for the Native Americans. They have a lumber storeroom. They have a cemetery, they have a granary, so they have a lot of the things that the Alamo mission had. In this mission, they had a blacksmith, which is a little bit different. As you are creating your mission, I want you to think about some of the things that you would want to have in a mission if it were built for you. The Spanish tried their best to get the Native Americans to agree to live in their mission, so they included things that these Native Americans enjoyed having around them, such as the livestock, the farms, the gardens. Some of them had a blacksmith, things that would help make their lives easier. So think about those things. You may add as many things as you want to your mission, as long as you include those 5 things that I asked for at the beginning. So just a reminder, things that you have to include in your mission are walls, a church, school, workshops, an area for crops, animals, and a water source. And again, when you have finished, please submit your finished mission into this assignment. There is also a collection in Mackinvia that is linked at the bottom of the page that will give you some more examples of missions and let you read and get some more information before you create your final product.